right, there's one more viewer question. Let's put that across to you. If I've recently come to England and I will need to work to pay for my education, will the rule of working 10 hours a week apply to me as well? As in,
yes.
When you reduce it from 20 hours to 10 hours,
yes.
how difficult is it going to be for a student going in from India with no financial background?
If you don't have financials in India, frankly speaking, you should not be going across. Because
it's that bad.
It is that bad, and we have always advised students as such, even with the 20-hour rule all throughout the years. Because let's look at it, in the fair sense. The British education system is saying to you that you can come and study here. This is our fee. This is your living cost, and if you have the living cost and the fees, we will grant you a visa. We allow you 20 hours of work, but that is not a right. And the workload, sincerely, the workload for students looking at a bachelor's is such that you can't do it.
Right. So pretty much this really hurts big time students who don't have financials. Let me just quickly get in a voice from Jyoti Kamal. Jyoti, in all this, do the students with you feel that Punjab is being specifically targeted and discriminated upon?
Well, yes, we are a big dream, this part of the country, going abroad, and UK is definitely hot spot. In fact, people here identify with the lifestyle there, with the education there, with the money there. But now with these toughened visa rules, how easy do you think is it going to be, or how tough rather?
I guess this will really only hamper those who are studied from ICSE and other boards. Those who are potential but are not fluent in English, I don't think this will obviously cause them a big...
So basically what you're saying, that disqualifies a lot many people here. But what do you think about it? Will it actually improve the quality of people going abroad? Will it actually help boost India's image? How do you take it?
Certainly it will. In fact, I feel only genuine students would get a chance to go there. And in fact, people earlier, those who used to exploit the system with the intention of going there and settling on the foreign land, they won't get a chance to exploit the system anymore.
All right, so mixed reactions there. Of course, the quality of students will go up, but the kind of restrictions that have been put in place, definitely many people from this part of the country are going to be filtered out in the process now.
Right, it's a difficult time for those students there, Jyoti, but these very questions on restrictions being imposed on visa, we put them across to one of the most respected Indian voices in the United Kingdom, Lord Meghnad Desai. He says, at the end of the day, the restrictions won't really affect genuine students.
Tough for people who come for short courses, 6-month courses. They cannot bring the dependents anymore. That's first of all. Secondly, when people apply to come, it is not just enough to have an admission, but they have to have a admission in a proper institution. A lot of people have come to very dubious courses, and then once they get the visa, they never go away. It's very hard to find them. And there's been some terrorism implications of that. So I think immigration is going to be a topic in the election. I regret that, but I think now it has become a topic. But that is more about adult workers coming from almost anywhere in Europe or anywhere else, because there has been a feeling, I think it's wrong, but there has been a feeling that too many people have come into the UK. The government of India is perfectly entitled to protest, directly and also through the Commonwealth machinery, because yes, UK is entitled to have its immigration policy, but it's not entitled to have a policy which would discriminate against particular countries or particular religions. Immigration policy is going to get tight all over Europe. It's a consequence of the recent recession. But what we as British politicians have to make quite sure is that they are not discriminatory, that they're certainly not racist, they're certainly not against certain religions.
Right. The effort is to try and make it not discriminatory, but restrictions on policy. I'm going to go across to Habib Rahman from London. He fights for immigrants in the United Kingdom. Sir, my first question to you is not about these restrictions, but about the way it's been put in place. The sudden nature of it without any sort of warning to students who've already paid fees. Isn't that unfair?
It is not fair. The government, before they introduced that, they should have thought about it, all eventualities, and advise people accordingly so that people could plan accordingly.
So it's not been fair in the way it's been implemented, and in a larger sense also, sir, this has ramifications beyond just the case of a few thousand students in a particular region. Does this not, in a sense, spread a negative image, a feeling that immigrants are not wanted at this time?
These are all negative things. They are going by, they're reacting to some clamor from anti-migrants groups, and they're putting a stop to it. We take other side of it. As you know, probably recently, government has introduced, they're talking about cutting £900 million from the higher education budget. And overseas students contribute, a large section contributes to meet the deficit budget for universities. And so if there is a stoppage like that, the government will lose out, the British government will lose out, and the universities will lose out.
Right. On that note, universities will lose out. We'll head into a short break. When we come back, we'll discuss this issue more with Naveen Chopra and Jyoti Kamal. But before we head into that break, let's listen into what students already in the United Kingdom have to say about these visa restrictions. Remember, they're also affected as well because of the cuts in working hours.
I think there is a possibility that you might get discriminated, like if from a particular area you are getting a lot of bogus applications, someone who's actually very genuinely applying is going to get stuck.
It's obviously difficult because there are many short courses that are being offered in UK, like the ACCA and the IMC certificate courses, and many people back in India really want to do such kind of courses.
In terms of part-time jobs, it is pretty hard.